Welcome to the Action Team's Monday Market Update. I'm your host, Mark Kelscher, if you don't already know that. I am the owner, CEO, and team leader of the team, and I live in Sun Prairie, which is in Dane County in south central Wisconsin. And since that's where I live and that's where my business is, we will be focusing on Dane County, Wisconsin. When I talk about numbers and the state of the real estate market, I'm going to be referencing strictly Dane County. And I have to throw this out there as a disclaimer. We don't only service Dane County, Wisconsin. There's several counties surrounding Dane County. But as we continually say, real estate is hyper local. So we don't want to put out information about the entire multiple listing service or MLS. So we're going to focus the videos where we focus our business because that makes sense. Just know if you do need information for cities outside of Dane County, there's places that we also do business, but our main focus, of course, is Madison and the communities directly surrounding Madison. So without further ado, let's just get on with the state of the market for Dane County, Wisconsin. And since we're using numbers and statistics, we have to stop and start somewhere. So I'm giving the market numbers as of today. And the next Monday, we'll be talking about what happened from Saturday until that next Friday. And that's just so I have time to actually make the video to give it to you on Monday. So without further ado, let's talk about the market already. Today I'm mostly going to focus on active listings because we have an inventory shortage nationwide, but absolutely inventory shortage here in Dane County. There are currently 401 active listings in Dane County. There's 64 within the city limits of Madison, 41 in Fitchburg, 37 in Sun Prairie, 26 in DeForest, 25 in Windsor, 24 in Stoughton, and 21 in the only Waunakee in the world. And of course, the rest are just scattered out throughout the rest of Dane County. Something to note about Fitchburg, which had the second highest amount of listings at 41. A lot of those are new construction, and a lot of those are duplexes or multifamily. Even though they're listed as single-family homes, they're duplexes, so you're buying half of a duplex, which is important to a lot of people. If you don't want to share space, if you don't want to share a wall, you don't want to share a yard, that's something to think about. But they do have 41 active listings currently. Now let's talk about price. Out of 401 active listings currently, there are 14 listings that are under $300,000. There's 49 additional listings on top of those 14 that are under $400,000. And there's 109 additional listings on top of those that are under $500,000. And I did the math for you. That leaves 229 listings, active listings, out of 401 that are over $500,000. And so look, I don't want to just throw numbers at you, but I wanted to give you the numbers so we can talk about what's going on. And this week, we're not really comparing numbers from week to week because this is the first week. But I will say this about the market. The prices are still pretty high. The inventory is still pretty low, and it's still very much a seller's market. So let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is prices. Prices in Dane County are super high. Well, big deal, they're super high across the nation, right? Yes, they're super high across the nation, but something else is happening in a lot of other major cities that's not happening in Dane County, not happening in Madison and the surrounding areas. And that is the market cooling off, prices coming down. It's not happening here in Dane County. During the same last few months where prices have been cooling, sometimes significantly in other cities, Dane County's home values have actually increased during that same period of time. That's very important for everyone who's in the I'm just going to wait until prices crash camp. There's a lot of people that are in that camp because I talk to a lot of people, and a lot of people have told me, I'm just going to wait until the market crashes. And I continually tell people the market is probably not going to crash. And when I say that, they inevitably say, well, I'll wait till at least goes down a little bit. And yes, it's always possible that a price will come down on a house, but prices in general in this area are not going to come down anytime soon. We are almost an entire decade behind in new home construction due to the 2008 debacle. So there's like a 10-year lapse of house building, and experts all have different numbers. I've heard 5 years, 7 years, 10 years to catch up to the lag. And there's some saying it'll take way longer than that to catch up, because at the same time there was a lack of building, there was an increase in demand. So less inventory, more demand. So you can imagine with supply and demand what that's going to do for prices. It's going to keep prices high. But even supply and demand has some limitations. Even though the amount of inventory is super low everywhere and the amount of buyers is high everywhere, I believe a lot of regions have reached their ceiling. As in, the houses have appreciated up to the point where people can no longer afford them. The demand, as in the desire to buy the house, is there, but the ability is finally reaching its max capacity. With less people able to buy the house, the demand is cooling off, so then prices inevitably have to cool off. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on whether you're buying or selling in the Madison area, that's just not happening. I talk about this with my fellow agents in my office all the time. We're kind of living in a bubble in Dane County. The job market's really good. We have people constantly wanting to move here. Madison is usually in the top places to live. We have medical industries, science industries, research industries, health, insurance, tech, all these industries that are attractive to people looking for jobs. They're all here in this area. So you have people constantly wanting to move here. So the demand is higher here than it is in other places. And so the market's been able to weather these high interest rates and high prices because so many people want to move here. And so that continues to drive this market even higher. Again, great for sellers, not so great for buyers. Look, I don't control the market. I just study it and talk about it so that you know what you're dealing with. And I'm actually going to do another entire video on affordability, focusing on my city of Sun Prairie on Wednesday. So if this interests you at all, tune in on Wednesday and we'll just dig a little deeper. I'm here to help you, and I am truly honored to serve. And speaking of service, I just want to say one more quick thing before I let you go. Today's Memorial Day, and I want to bring something to your attention. Yes, the day is about honoring the fallen, but what a lot of people don't think about is a lot of people make it through military service, make it through combat, make it through a bunch of tough situations, and then come home and their life is never the same. And very unfortunately, a lot of servicemen and women have taken their own lives. And whatever you personally think about that, in reality, it's just as tragic, or maybe even more tragic, that that happens. And look, I'm not telling you that to bum you out. I wanted to bring attention to an organization called Stop Soldier Suicide. I'm actually wearing the shirt right now. It's sponsored by USAA Savings Bank. I previously linked up with that organization and did a 100-mile run challenge in the month of December. So I ran 100 miles in December and did a fundraiser based on that. And my team is going to continue to give to that organization, but I just like to throw that out there to as many people as possible. I will be putting the link in the description below if you feel like joining our team and giving any money to this organization to help prevent soldier suicide. We feel like it's a very important issue, and anything you can help with is just a step in the right direction. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, please hit the notification bell. This market update segment is going to happen every Monday. We'll be covering other topics every Wednesday and Friday as well. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Freedom isn't free, but information is. Have a good day.